Welcome to the Groove Junction, episode 70, 70, blind 70 episodes down, the DJ's podcast, where we talk about all things DJ and pretty much everything in between as well, whatever tickles our fancy on the evening, if I'm totally honest with you. As always, thank you ever so much for tuning in and listening to us on Apple or Google or any of your major podcast providers. And if you are watching us on Spotify or YouTube, thank you ever so much for that as well. As always, the podcast, we wouldn't be able to do what we do if it wasn't for your support. And also, massive shout out to our friends at Wolf Mix who also support the Groove Junction, keeping that vibe alive. Now, guys, before I introduce my co-host this evening, now, for anybody that uses Spotify, for like, you know, you listen to it in your headphones or whether you even use it at your gigs or whatever, because it is a streaming platform, you will know that this week Spotify brought out their wrapped up thing. So the thing that tells you roughly what you've been doing over the year, you know, your top tracks, this, that, and the other. So we got the statistics through for the Groove Junction, and I want to share you some of the figures, okay? Because it's very impressive, and it's all because of you guys tuning in wherever you are across the globe, all right? The 2025 growth, we are up 366% of our total audience, which is amazing in itself. That means new people are joining, watching and listening and all that sort of stuff. So that's great. The total new audience is 613%. Love that. It's a big number, huge number. Love that. And the listening time from when we first started, the listening time of these podcasts, so you listening to my droning voice, has gone up by 740%. Now, I'm going to take most of the credit to that because Matt is taking a little bit of time out, right? So you've only got my voice to listen to. So you're listening to me. So there you go. Matt's not going to like that. The Groove Junction was also in the top 10% of videos on Spotify. Globally, this is as well. So that's amazing. Top countries that listened to the Groove Junction. First place was United Kingdom, followed by Nigeria, Australia, Netherlands, and the United States. Global, guys. Global. The Groove Junction has been awarded, I'm going to call it awarded because it's like a wrapped up thing. It's an award. A 2025 Rising Star. I'll take that. A 2025 marathon show, 70 episodes, never missed an episode yet since we started the Groove Junction. Now, we did start doing it. We've done 2 lives. The first live was a bit of a car crash. Second live was a lot better. And then we moved the days from Tuesday over to Friday. So since we've been started, we never missed an episode of it. We have had a brand new episode of the Groove Junction every single week and a 2025 talked about show. So people are talking about us. Just some of the statistics there from Spotify's wrapped up this year. So to each and every single one of you across the globe, thank you ever so much. The Groove Junction, global. Told ya. Sharing is caring, guys. You know the motto. Now, listen, guys, as I said, I've got a co-host with me this evening, and I am absolutely psyched to have this guy. He's been on the list for a while. We've actually managed to pin him down, right? He's a busy man. He's welcome onto the Groove Junction as my guest and co-host, Harry from HM. Is it Event and Sound or Sound and Event? I never get it right. Harry from Sound and Events. There we go. Where is he? Look. I'm pushing the wrong button. I'm pushing the button to mute you, and I'm thinking, why ain't he coming on the screen? Right.
Can you hear me? Am I live?
You're live, Harry. Harry, I've got
Fantastic.
No buttons to give you an applause or anything. So there we go, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Listen, Harry, thank you for coming on to the Groove Junction. Thank you for agreeing to be my co-host and that. This evening or this afternoon, this morning, whenever you're listening to it. Harry, I just read out a load of the statistics from the Spotify wrapped up, and you're part of that statistic, my friend. I don't think you've ever missed an episode. Is that right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Friday morning or whether it's a staple for my Friday. Espresso in the morning, stick the podcast on. There you go. Away we go.
Love that.
Perfect Friday.
So, you know, I've said it before, Harry, not all superheroes wear capes. Do you know what I'm saying?
What can I say?
You're a legend. Now, listen, guys, before we get into the rundown this time, Harry, just introduce yourself, because I'm rubbish at this sort of thing. Just tell us who you are, where you're from, that sort of thing, and then we're going to get straight into the rundown, my friend.
No worries. Yeah. So I'm Harry. I own HM Sound and Events. I'm based in the Northwest, Cheshire to be specific. I always like to say Cheshire because it sounds really posh.
Does
It's
sound
not
posh.
posh. I'm from Crewe in Cheshire, which is, let's say, more industrial in most places in Cheshire. But there we go. Proud to be where I'm from.
Love
So
that.
we specialise in weddings, events, corporate, anything that requires a DJ, sound, lighting. I'm there.
Fantastic. Now, I like the way you say Cheshire because you make it sound posh. I come from Essex. There is no way of re-saying Essex to make it sound posh at all, I'm afraid. It really isn't.
Well,
So Cheshire, I like.
yeah, we've both got a TV series after, Housewives of Cheshire and The Only Way is Essex. You can't say that about many counties, can you?
I can tell you a story about The Only Way is Essex, but we'll leave that for another time, Harry, my friend. Now, listen, guys, as always, we are going to do the rundown, and the rundown is sponsored by our friends at the Pro Mobile magazine.
The Groove Junction Rundown is sponsored by Pro Mobile magazine, the magazine that's got it all. It's a game changer. They don't just do surface level reviews, they dive deep with real practical insights. And the interviews? They feature some heavy hitters sharing seriously valuable advice. But it's not just about DJ gear. They cover everything. Marketing techniques, and even the latest tech trends like AI, which is super relevant right now. Honestly, if you're serious about your DJ career, you need to check them out. And here's the best part, we've got an exclusive deal just for the Groove Junction listeners. You can subscribe right now by searching Pro Mobile Magazine and hitting the subscribe button. Just use our special code, GroovePMSUB, for a 25% discount on your first year's subscription, which is 6 magazines delivered to your door. That's Pro Mobile Magazine. Don't miss out.
Thank you, Pro Mobile. So, Harry, this is the part of the show. You know we're going to have a little rundown and tell us all about the things that you've been doing in the last week or so. So we'll start with you because you're the guest, and I think it's the polite thing to do. So, Harry, what have you been up to this week, my friend?
So it's been a relatively quiet week considering it's Christmas. I've tried to limit the amount of Christmas dues that we've been getting this year, purely on the basis last year was absolute chaos. So on Saturday we had a corporate Christmas function. We've had a few corporate, but non-private, which has been a nice change. It's all been corporate this year. This one, it was a sole business. Now, usually it's like a joiner Christmas do. So, businesses will buy a table, 3-course meal and all that. But this was a sole business, only one there at this time. And it was about 200 people. It was I'd arguably say the one business Christmas dues are worse than the joiner ones because you don't want to make too much of a fool of yourself in front of other businesses, do you? So, I kind of got the vibe from the off that they were going for it. And I wasn't wrong at all.
Really?
Yeah, it was where I was. It wasn't in it was in a hotel, so Cranage Hall in Cheshire. It's got wedding room, shall we say, and then it's got a nice sort of lounge and bar area. So this dude was in the bar, and it's always better when the drink available is actually in the room that you DJ in rather than somewhere else. And really good vibe from the off, and it just 1 a.m. finish. You can tell what they were like by the end. It was tasty, yeah. It was good.
Love that. 200 people. Were they all dressed up like all the the evening gowns and suits and all of that? They all dressed up, make an effort. Yeah, that's what I do like that about corporate dues. They do make a bit of an effort. I love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Anything else happen? Just the one?
It's been quite an admin heavy week. I've been I don't know about you, John, but I put it off. I put admin off until it's piling up. But I've tried to be quite proactive with things like social media this week, knowing that we've got engagement season coming up. It's the most popular time of year to pop the question, isn't it? So making sure everything's queued up.
I did see one of your videos where you actually mentioned in your video that Christmas, this time of year is where people sort of like pop the question.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea why that is personally. I mean, do you know why? Any idea why Christmas is the time?
I don't know. Maybe a cop out on another wedding present or Christmas present. Mate, just buy two birds, one stone.
That is the only reason, Harry. That is the only reason, mate. The bloke will give it. Oh, my life, I haven't bought her anything. Right? And just think, you know what? I'll go down H. Samuel. I'll pick up a 50 quid diamond ring. Right?
That's it.
I'll pop the question on Christmas Day. Bosh.
Yeah.
That's it, mate. They're brownie points for life, mate. That is.
That's it. I mean, I proposed to my other half. It was in March, so I can't be put in that category. And I'm quite happy about that, to be honest with you. But it's actually
You didn't buy her an Easter egg, did you?
a limp bunny counts. Limp bunny, that counts. But yeah, no. I'm in the process of booking and planning my wedding, which is in April next year. No, it's not. It's in March. It's in March. I should know that. The 8th of
Don't
March.
turn up on the wrong day, mate.
No. It's in. No, I'm definitely not telling my missus I'm doing a podcast tonight, and I've told it's in April. So there you go. But no, it's in March next year. So I know exactly what everyone's going through.
You're not gonna DJ though, are you?
My dad honestly has tried to get me to do it, and it's just a bit like, I know you're contributing towards this, but your contribution can go towards the entertainment. There you go. You
Absolutely.
just rod for your own back there, Dad.
I'll tell you something, right? You saying about your dad wanting you to be a DJ. I did a wedding quite a few months ago now, and I believe I might have touched on this on the podcast before, but the groom was the chef. Right. So
right.
he was in the kitchen for the whole wedding breakfast, cooking the dinners and this and the other. The only time he sat next to his new wife on the top table was when the food was ready. And I was like, that poor bride has been sat there all day on her own, and it was like, I don't know if your new wife would like that if he was DJing though, would she?
No. I mean, the guy who I've actually got to DJ, so I work with quite a few in the local area, as you do. So someone that I trust, I am giving him a few bits of my kit to add on just because I like them. And I thought,
absolutely.
If there's ever a time I'm going to be able to tell another DJ how to do something, how to work my equipment, there you go.
There you go. I love that, Harry. Oh, well, congratulations on getting married next year, mate.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, Christmas post, obviously, that's probably why I haven't got my invite just yet. But it's okay. It is Christmas, I understand.
There you go. Night do guest, John. Night do.
Love that. Oh, yeah, the rundown for me, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Thursday, I went over to Watford area and the Grove Hotel, and I helped Matty F do a corporate Christmas do.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. I won't lie, it was great. It was similar to yours. It was like 200 people, one big company. Got there, the room's massive, absolutely huge. I took some of my equipment with me because we knew it was a big room. And we come across certain things. It was just like, how are we going to get around this? But we only had like just over an hour to set everything up. So it was very quick thinking on both parts. Right. And luckily I'd taken a backdrop with me just as just in case. And it was literally just in case, because I didn't actually know what the room looked like. And it actually, we had all these cables and that running around about. I'm like, how can we hide this? We need to hide this because people can see all around our stand. I say our stand, it's his stand.
Yeah.
So I said, look, I've got a backdrop in the car. Let's utilise that. Let's do it. He said, we've got 20 minutes. I said, backdrop takes 10 minutes to put up. Come on, let's do it. And luckily we did it. It was a very quick thinking. We did it and it looked good. And because they had the corporate do hadn't paid for it, was like, we've chucked that in for free for it, just to give it that little bit of, it weren't nothing to do. It was just to hide all our cables, do you know what I mean? But it was really, really good. It was fantastic. And it's funny because Matty bought a new trolley in the Black Friday deals, right? He's never had a trolley before. Oh, mate, that trolley. It was like a little,
rock and roller.
Similar like rock and roller. I think it was a Gorillas one or something like that. But literally, it's like quite a walk from like the car into the main room. And he's like, I've got a trolley. I was like, shut up. You ain't got a trolley. Oh, mate, where we would have done like about 10 trips, we'd literally done it in like 3. It was like, mate, that is a game changer. Love that.
One of the best bits of kit I've ever bought.
Mate, I'm going to have to invest in one myself, I think, because it was just, it folds up nice and swift, but then it extends. Mate, honestly. Friday, what did I do Friday? Nothing Friday, really. I had a pretty chill day Friday. I had a night off, watched a bit of rubbish from the telly, as you do. And then Saturday I had a birthday party, which I said, oh, John, the place is massive. So I said, brilliant. I'll take podiums. I'll take big lights. I'll take little lights. I'll take my big setup. Gets there. Yeah, the venue's massive. It's huge. But where I was set up, mate, you couldn't swing a cat. Honestly, I couldn't put the podiums out. There weren't enough space. Everything was like the speakers were touching the DJ stand because it was so closely like, oh, mate. And they didn't tell me that it was a surprise 40th birthday at all. No one said like, playing in this area, and everyone's sort of like congregated at the end, and they keep looking down at me, and I think, what are they looking at? I don't get it. No one's coming down. No one's really doing anything. So I went up to the barman. I said, mate, like, is the birthday girl here yet? She went, no, she's not due till about 8 o'clock. I went, oh, right. Well, we started at 7. I've been playing background music for an hour so far. I went, does the birthday girl know this party's happening? He went, no. I mean, well, you'd think like telling me would be a good idea. So he got the woman who booked me. I mean, I couldn't see her. Anyway, she come down and saw me. She went, they're just in the cab now. I went, okay. I said, tell you what I'll do. I'll shut the music off. Right, I'll tell everybody, say good evening to everyone. When she comes through the door, you guys need to say surprise, because I can't see when she walks in. We'll hit the lights. Happy birthday, bish, bosh, bash. She went, great idea. I went, I thought so too. No one said surprise to her as she walked through the door.
What?
And I was just like, are you kidding me? I like some blokes giving it. Yeah. No one said surprise. No one. There was no big surprise. Nothing like that. And I was just like, all right, happy birthday. Honestly,
got 3 hours of depression to go through that.
Mate, so flat. It really was. But it was a good party. I took a load of equipment that I didn't need to use, so that stayed in the car. So yeah, it's a good weekend. Nice. No Christmas parties apart from helping Matty. But other than that, no Christmas parties. But then that all changes this week for me. But we'll go into that one a little bit later on in the show. So that is the rundown finished for this week. As always, thank you, Pro Mobile Magazine. Right, Harry, my man. Right, let's get down to the nitty gritty, my friend. Obviously, I've been following you on social media now for well over a year, I think now, and the content that you've produced and put out there is fantastic. There's certain videos that really do strike keys with me, and I'm like, there was a video the other day where you was talking about the use of Spotify and bride and grooms using with their slower song choices. There was that one. There was the blueprint video that you was talking about as well. And a lot of this resonated with me, with like how I do my things. And before we get into why you made these videos, can you take us back to where your journey sort of started? What got you into the DJing world, this nighttime industry that we're in? Where did it all start for you?
Oh, I've been. Someone asked me about this recently, and I don't think anyone ever grows up unless you're around other people at a time. But I don't think anyone ever grows up and says, "I'm going to be a DJ when I'm older." It was honestly by chance. It's no secret to my friends, family. I've always been into music. All genres, different eras. Probably thanks to my mum. Definitely not my dad, because I'd probably listen to classic if it was up to my dad. Yeah, sorry, mate, but yeah, it's not down to your influence. But yeah, and I was about 18. I was in a local nightclub, and the guy in there at the time, I'd never seen this DJ before. I was quite a regular at the time in my youth, and he just wasn't reading the room. He was playing one specific genre. It was an open format bar. It wasn't like a house nightclub or anything like that. And he just wasn't reading the room. Must have lifted his head up maybe once. Apart from that, his head was glued to the decks. And I thought, well, you need to look up and see people at least tapping their feet or dancing about a bit. And there was just none of it. And at that point, I thought, I can do better than this guy. So about a week later, I'd gone on iTunes or whatever it was at the time, downloaded a couple of songs and bought a pair of decks. I think they were Newmark Mix Track Pro at the time.
Yeah.
So they were plastic decks. It was, I think it was from Dawson's in Manchester I bought them from. The shop that's no longer there, and it's just a bit of a shame actually, because you don't really come across many DJ shops as such anymore. It's all online, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, literally went home, practiced a bit, and then I thought, right, am I ready to maybe give this a go? I feel like I'm at a stage where I can at least, play music, maybe not mix, but at least play music in a way that would make people dance. And at the time, I was going to the football with my mum, and the guy that sat in front of us at the time was saying, "Oh, I'm after a DJ for my daughter's 18th," and I thought, right, this is the point. this is my chance, looked up and thought, right, you've given me the opportunity here. So I said, right, okay, I'll do it. I'll give it a go. I've not had any experience with the general public when it comes to bars or anything like that. I've done nothing at this stage. It was first social club sort of gig, and being honest, it went horrifically.
Really?
It was really, really bad. On the morning of that gear, I thought, I've got no lights. So quick trip to Maplin, bought one of them, £5 lasers.
Yeah.
Thought, oh, this is going to look like Tomorrowland here. But yeah, no, it looked awful. And that was to me. But someone came up to me at the end and said, you did really well tonight. Someone told me it was your first gig, and I thought, oh, right, okay. So maybe what I thought was bad, everyone else thought was good, and I thought, right, okay, but at least it's something to build on. Bit of feedback, and certain genres worked, certain other genres didn't. But that's really how it started. And then a few local sort of pubs got in touch, seeing that I've been doing a bit on social media at the time. This is probably about 2012, 2013 where I started, so good 10 years ago, where I started DJing. And then it just snowballed, really. You upgrade your kit a bit, find out what works for your kit wise. You make a few expensive mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
And
been there, mate. I've been there.
Yeah. And they're quite deflating at the time, but everything's a learning experience with DJing, especially at the time around 2012, 2013. There was nothing online when it comes to YouTube. I think there was one guy, I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he was a mobile DJ. It's silver spiky hair. You probably know him if I remember. I'll let you know.
The one that did all the reviewing on the lights and showed you how to do all the light. Yeah, I know. I think I know the guy you mean now. When you said the silver spiky hair, I think I know who you mean.
No, that's
I can't remember his name either.
Yeah, but he was the only guy, and I thought, right, okay, well, at least there's some sort of community. Mobile DJs don't something that's brand new. There's loads of them that are about, but at the time, you kind of had to find your feet by yourself. And then sort of COVID hit. And I thought, right, I need to think about a different way of rebranding myself. I've seen loads of people out there sort of like DJ such and such. I thought, right, if I'm going to go with this full time, maybe look at weddings or corporate stuff or different sorts of events, let's make a business. And make Gem Sauna events came about.
Nice, I like that. I mean, going back to what you just said a little while ago, you said your first gig, you said it was absolutely horrific, but someone came up to you at the end and said, you know what, you've done really, really well. I think that with people that are new DJs coming into our industry, I think they put so much pressure on themselves because, and I think it's linked to social media. You see everything on social media. Oh, look what I can do. I can do this. I can do that. But someone coming into the industry, like you said yourself, at least you went to Maplin, you got your light, you downloaded some stuff off of iTunes or BearShare or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And do you remember that? Was it LimeWire? Do you remember that?
LimeWire, the computer killer. Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah. And, I remember it.
I think where we see all this stuff on like YouTube, you see James Hype, he's using 4 different CDJ 3000s all at the same time, and he's jumping around and he never misses a beat, and and then you've got someone coming into the industry, I want to be like that. But you're not going to be like that straight away. You can't be like. I think even like people like myself. I mean, I put a huge amount of pressure on myself to make sure everything goes right. I still go. I'm terrible for it when especially weddings. Front of house come over and say, "Well, we're going to do cake cut and first dance." I said, "Yeah, no problem." Just going for me nervous wee. I've got to go and have me nervous wee. So I go and have and and I still get nervous even now. I mean, I've been DJing 20 odd years, and I still get nervous before that first song because you just think, what if this, what if that, what if the song don't play, what if I'm doing, and I've done it at a wedding before, and it was at the time where they'd start off with a slow song, and then all of a sudden LMFAO would kick in, and the sunglasses on the bride and the groom go on, or all that. And I was doing a wedding, and their first dance was by Nick and the Lightning Seeds. I think it was something like that. I can't remember the name. But I had a shirt with cufflinks, and as I've leant over to adjust the gain or whatever, cuff has hit the pause button, like the play button on because I had CDJs back then. But with the CDJs, you turn a little knob up in the corner and you can slow, so it had the break effect right? So it had this break effect. I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know I'd done it. Everyone's expected something like LMFAO to come bouncing out. And I'm like, I just pushed play again and it sort of sped up and went back into the song. And, you just think, "Oh, please just swallow me up now." Do you know what I mean? Just swallow me up. So I think we do put a lot of pressure on ourselves. But then once you've done, and I think what you was just saying just now, Harry, that you do one or two gigs and words very quickly travelled back then. It was word, and it was word of mouth. It'd be such and such that, oh, I went to such and such's 18th and they had this guy, Harry, there, blah, blah, blah. But now we've got Facebook, and Facebook's probably the biggest one. Anybody know a DJ? Oh, you got 150 comments, 150 different names.
Yeah.
It's completely different. So I think social media has a big part to play on A, the pressure, and B, also getting your name out there. Did you go, you said you was watching this guy in the club. Did you go into the nightclub, do anything in the club?
No, it's not actually there anymore. It's one of them that fell by the wayside, and it's just ended up closing down. But I've never actually, I've done maybe one or two sets in my time, but not in a nightclub setting. It's more been like in a lively bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's weird how I thought at that moment, let's give it a go. Something told me just to, just try it. You've seen the big DJs, you've seen like things like Fatboy Slim on the telly at the time, or whoever it was. I think 2012, massive era for like EDM music. David Guetta was, arguably at his peak. You see things like that and think, oh, is that what the big time looks like with DJing? And then you link the two together and
and
see what happens.
It's nice what you said about as well that there isn't many DJ shops around where you can go in now, and there isn't. Matt, I know you say Maplin was the first stop call for anything. You need a new cable, Maplin.
Yeah,
everything was Maplin. Obviously they've gone, and there's a lot of DJ shops across the country that have sort of like closed down because there's not been the need for them. And I know that we've mentioned it before on the podcast. We had Mike from Phase One on, lovely guy.
Yeah.
He was saying that 90% of his sales now are done online. He's still got his showroom. I'm lucky. I've got DJ Superstore just down the road to me, literally 20 minutes down the road. I can go in there. Oh, mate, it's lovely. I could go in and I can play with anything I want. I've been looking at buying a couple of subs. And I said, look, I'm not spending $2,000 on subs or whatever it is until I've heard them. And they're like, yeah, well, bring a USB, come down, you can try them. I went, I'll bring my stuff down. I'll bring my equipment. I'll bring my Prime 4 down and I'll plug my Prime 4 because I know what my music sounds like and I'll know. And, same with lights. When a new light comes out, I'll have a look at that. I'll go down and they're really good. And you
sounds like your Toys R Us, this.
Mate, honestly, I'll tell you, I mean, a friend of ours and a friend of the show, 247, he'll say like, when he goes to the DJ shop, he goes, I'm going to the candy shop. It's exactly like that, as far as like, my family are concerned, everything is £150. Okay. So I dread passing away and selling all my gear because like someone's going to get a full DJ set up for like £1,000 when you've got about 30 grand's worth of gear. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, love that. So Harry, you were just saying about stepping into it like into a full-time basis. Is that something? Is that where you are now? Is that something you're thinking of doing? Is it where are you at with that one? Because it sounds quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret within the especially the mobile DJ industry. I say there's a very small percentage compared to the entire country or even the world that do it full time. I mean, my mortgage payer, my main job, I sell bulk fuel for a living, believe it or not. So it's a stark contrast to entertainment. It's just a regular job. I enjoy it. I've done it for a number of years. It seems that my DJing and my business as it is now is just snowballing, and I can see, or I hope one day, it's always been a vision. There was a tipping point where I really didn't enjoy DJing. It was around sort of 2017, 2018. I was doing the same pub sort of week in, week out. Crowds were rubbish, and I thought, you know, what is this really? You know, it's not what it was tipped to be. It's not what I thought it'd be. And then I think there was an agency that got in touch with me at the time, like out of the blue, and offered me a wedding. And with the wedding, even going to them, you know, you're there for a party, aren't you? You're there for a good time, a good night, especially if the company's right. It can be one of the best nights ever, can't it?
Absolutely.
So, and that was my exact experience on that first wedding that I did through this agency. I thought, right, okay, well, this is reignited it now. And the spark came back, and I started enjoying it. Wedding after wedding came, and it was it was weird, really. But that's really where we're at now. Our bread and butter as a company is weddings, and sort of weddings and events, as it says in the name. And hopefully one day, fingers crossed, I can take it full time. But there's that much uncertainty, you know. It's not, unless you get your diary booked a year in advance. I'm not at that stage yet. It's close, but it's not comfortable enough for me to do that full time. You know, like I said, mortgage comes over everything, unfortunately.
Mate, I make you right. You've got to have a roof over your head, my friend.
Yeah.
You got a family. You know, a new wife coming. You know, next year. You know, you touched it on sort of like around about the 2017, 2018. Is that when you say you was like kind of falling out of love with it, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that you was falling out? We know why you got the spark back. You went to the wedding. You got the spark back. But what made you think, you know, I'm not enjoying this anymore? Was it like the setup, the unsociable hours? Was it, you know, or was it just, was it a number of things? Or
I think at the time I wasn't invested enough in myself. I was taking any gig ever. I wasn't really picking and choosing, and maybe burnout was an element of it, I guess. But don't get me wrong, I was doing the same sort of pub settings, similar venues every week, and it was just a bit like, oh, getting a bit bored of this. Like, and I mentioned it in one of my videos, as you said before. People wanted to hear the exact same music week in, week out. There's so many times I can hear, like I say, this UK blueprint that I talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's boring, and I refuse to believe that is people's music taste and what they listen to in the car, and you know, in their private time. You don't listen to "Come On Eileen" or Valerie in your private time or in the gym or something like that. So why do you want to hear it now? And it was just like that so much. And with that wedding experience, it brought sort of catered tastes to what they wanted as a couple, and it was just really refreshing to see.
Yeah, I must admit, I mean, I like it when I get a request form back in, like for my brides and grooms, and I've got a section on there that says, please do not play. And when I go down, I don't worry about the first bit, I go straight to that bit section first. And when I see it's like, do not play ABBA, Cha Cha Slide, or Mr. Brightside, I'm thinking, oh mate, we're going to be in for a party here. Right? Yeah. Even though they are dance floor fillers, right? These people, that says to me, these people are, they obviously socialise quite a lot because they've listened to these particular songs. So I'm thinking to myself, right, he's going to go. And 9 times out of 10, the ones where you don't play these ones, you know, okay, you kind of have to, you know, mess around with your head and think, right, normally I would play Brightside now, or normally I'd go in with ABBA now. Okay, I need to switch that round a little bit. But then I think by having the request given to you by the bride and groom, it takes you out of that very stale, monotonous week in, week out, same thing. I know that years ago, a friend of mine, Poppin' Pete, we call him, and he was a resident at one of
it sounds like a character.
Mate, honestly, he just never stops. It was literally he's just popping about all over the place. He was like mental. But he was a resident DJ at a venue here. And the bar staff, he took a holiday for a week. He said, can you cover? So I said, yeah, no problem. And the bar staff said, oh, it's so nice to hear different music. I said, what are you talking about? I said, it's like my standard setup, you know, this is my standard wedding playlist, if you like. And they go, yeah, but Pete would play this, then this, then this, and every day would be in the same order. You know, and I think that, and that's one of the reasons why I don't want to be a resident DJ anywhere, if I'm honest, because you will fall into that trap. You will fall into that and I think that's where you lost the love of it, because it's just like, it's the same thing, you know.
don't get me wrong, you will still get them. You will still get, like, for example, on Saturday, one of the biggest songs of the night, and this is purely because it was requested by the person that hired the venue and organized the entire thing, is why I played it. But Mr. Brightside, I've probably said it's my most listened to song because of my job. You know, was it a good song back in the 2000s when it came out? Absolutely. Was it a good song 10 years ago? It's a good song. It's just played to death.
Yeah.
And I just think, you know, do you really want the last sort of half an hour of your wedding to be remembered by playing Proud Mary, Queen, Mr. Brightside, Chelsea Dagger, Wonderwall?
Yeah.
You know, just play something different. Play something that's unique. Play something that's unique to you as a couple, or unique to you as a client or a firm, whatever.
You know what? You saying about being unique, Harry. Saturday's party for me, right? The 40th birthday. The last song of the night was oh no, what's it called? Baseline Junkie.
Tune.
And you know, you just think, if you're gonna go out, you're going out on this one. Do you know what I mean? And
Fair enough.
And I said, listen, that's the song we always finish a party off on. And I'm like, well,
fair enough.
Fair play, let's go.
Imagine if you hadn't have asked that question and then played the generic end of night song. It might have killed it. It might have ruined the night.
You know what? It was so good because I went mad. And and I think sometimes you'll finish off on, you know, I don't know, Robbie Williams' Angels or Wonderwall or something. It's like, it kind of brings the mood right down. Yeah. But if you finish off on someone like Mr. Brightside or, like, you know, Baseline Junkie, they're going out, man. They're going out on a proper high, and you want them to leave on that high. So they're like, oh my God, do you remember last night or whenever? So
that's it.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
And I was just going to say, and that's how you want to remember. Imagine you've paid 20 grand plus for your wedding, and, you know, everyone's on the dance floor at the end, and the DJ plays something so generic, you know, and people are just going, oh, it's just another wedding. But imagine if he played something unique to you as a couple, or unique to you as a friend group, and people will remember that forever. And it's just one of them. But that's something I always encourage my couples to do. Tell me the don't plays and give me 20, 30 requests that really mean something to you, that you really want to hear. You may not have heard through a loud PA system before. Not many people go to weddings or functions, do they? No. You know, they're listening to on an Alexa or a speaker. They hear these songs through big sound systems, and it's an ample opportunity to do so as well.
And it always sounds better, doesn't it? Let's be honest. It
always
sounds better.
Yeah,
you know,
belted.
So. But even, you know, when you say about listening to it, if you hear, like, in your headphones, or if you phone or whatever, you hear the same song, you're walking along, whatever. But then you hear that song on the radio, you think, oh, it actually sounds different. You know, not like sound wise, but you know, emotionally wise, it's like it kind of strikes a chord somewhere else. You know, very quickly, Harry, we're already running out of time tonight. Mate, I'll tell you, we're gonna have to get you back. We are gonna have to get you back, but I want to just quickly scoot back just after 2017, 2018, when you kind of, you know, sort of like lost the feel for it, and then we went into, like, the COVID times. Obviously, went into COVID, no one was doing anything for a good 18 months. Did you utilise that time? Because you said about rebranding yourself.
Yeah.
During that lockdown time period, did you kind of think, say, right, you know what? I lost the spark a few years ago. I've got it back now. And I want to go, you know, I don't know how long we're going to be in lockdown, but here's what I want to do. Was it then that you decided that, you know, I'm going to really invest myself a lot more than what you had been, you know, prior to COVID?
Yeah, absolutely. I think quite a few people did that within our industry, and it was a perfect time to, like, sort of reflect, reset. I mean, the agency who I worked with within the wedding space, they had, like, a set criteria of what you had to have. I didn't have that on the first few gigs, and they kindly provided that for me because they were an entertainment company themselves. So I thought, right, that's the sort of level I need to be sort of aiming for now. You're not in a pub environment anymore. You can't just get away with the gig bar or whatever it was at the time. You've got to, you know, look at moving heads, wash lights. I didn't even know what up lighting was in 2020.
Oh, really?
Exactly, yeah. And it's through social media and through people like yourself. DJ, massive on social media at the time, doing things like reviews, showing you what the products are. And, you know, if I had that in 2012, 2013, when I became a DJ, I would be so much further along than I am now. But like at the time, just going back to COVID, I had a look at my sort of setup because it was literally just, I didn't have a booth until sort of 2019, 2020. So booth was one. My lighting, again, moving away from a gig bar, what else can I look at? I say the worst thing you can do is compare yourselves to other DJs because you don't know how long they've been on that journey for.
Very true.
You have kind of got to figure it out for yourself, haven't you? What works, what doesn't work, what do you like? Even I think it was again on one of the videos I watched on YouTube. Someone talked about DMX, and I thought, what? So you can actually control your lights? Like I was like, oh my god, like what's this world? I've now got to learn something else, and it's. You continuously learning, aren't you? Continuously upgrading, continuously looking back, and that's what I like looking back on social media and Instagram for. My content, what it is now, is it's even changed in the last 3 months compared to what it was a year ago or 2 years ago. Like I see, and this isn't dissing other people that do it, but just pictures of setups on their Instagram. Nothing like seeing the face, and that's something really what I've tried to distance myself from other people. Is actually showing who they're booking, showing the clients who they're booking through things like TikTok, through Instagram. And I was petrified. I thought, my mates are going to see this. I'm going to get ripped. And I thought, right, doesn't matter. Just give it a go. I didn't have a mic. I quickly invested in one of them little posh mics. I thought, my content creator now. Yeah. But and then I just shut myself out of the comfort zone and I didn't get the mic taken out of me. No one cares. Do you know what I mean? Scroll past it half the time. That's really what's changed for me.
You're absolutely right. I mean, people are apprehensive about putting stuff out on TikTok, this and that. Oh, my mate's going to take the mickey out of me or whatever. They're not the ones paying your mortgage or putting food on your table, so don't worry about it. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, your social media. What I do like, obviously, I would assume, assume that you've got the Insta 360 camera.
Yeah,
he's a 360. That's all right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are getting these now, and because you can get some absolutely amazing content out of it, stuff that that you would normally miss by the time you fudged around in your pocket to get your phone out and take a picture. The 360's got it all. And what I like about one of the videos I watched of yours a little while ago was basically it starts off on you, it pans around, you have a look at the dance floor, it does a full 360 back to you. Love that. Right? It shows you actually working. You haven't just chucked a pre-mix on, you're actually working. I think you did a bit of mic work on that one as well. And then it shows the crowd on the dance floor. And it's just like, this is what you're getting, right? This is what you're getting. Someone who's, is passionate about what they do, because, what we'll do is we'll put all the details underneath of like all your social media links and all that. Guys, you've got to go get on there, like, follow, share, do all that good stuff, right? For Harry, all right? All the details are underneath in the comments. Harry, we're going to take a quick break, and we're already running out of time. We're going to have a quick break, and you can tell me what you're up to this week, all right?
Perfect.
Quality. We'll see you after the break. Harry, welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
I say it every time. Right? I say, I hope he comes back after the break. and he's still here. That's good stuff. Harry, before we get on with the next bit, as I said, we are slowly but surely running out of time. But I'm going to have to book you in for another episode because I think we've only just scratched the surface with you and HM Sound and Events. I really do. I don't think we've touched on anything. There's so much more. And I know when we've been talking off air, there's some certain things I want to bring in. We just haven't got time to bring it into tonight. So I'm going to get you back in after Christmas time, after the new year, and get you in. Is that, if you say no live on air, that's like someone saying no to being proposed to in front of a crowd. So I hope you're going to say yes.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, of course, absolutely. It's been a blast.
I was thinking around about March. If that's all right. It's not a very busy month, is it?
No, I don't know. It's in April, my wedding. April, right. Yeah.
So Harry, very quickly, obviously we've gone through the starting of your journey. You said that like just a little while ago. You said that you was thinking about hopefully your goal and your aim is to take your company sort of as your full-time job. You're gonna put aside your delivering fuels and just go into this. Now, obviously, that comes with its own challenges, as well as obviously your family, and where are you looking to sort of be in a year's time from where you are now? Do you think that you would be able to achieve? Because I know you said that times are uncertain and this, that, and the other. Can you see yourself? Because you seem a very dedicated person. You seem you do seem very focused.
Tell the missus that. She'll love that.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I will.
It was this person you've been speaking to.
Mate, I'll tell you something. I will get an invite to the wedding.
I was going to say, yeah, you'll be there, mate. You'll be number one.
Can you see? I mean, we've all got goals and everything, and I mean, you want to go this full time. Can you see? Can you see yourself doing this? Within a year, 18 months. Can you see that transition happening?
Yeah, there's things I've put in place, which I think is going to take me to the what I think is the next level.
Okay.
I'm not one for gatekeeping. I'm happy to spill all. Few of them things is being adaptable with things like setups. So, my dad is quite fundamental to my business. He's the roadie, he's the van driver, but he's also an ex-joiner. So.
Andy.
With the sort of, I'd probably say it's come out of nowhere for me, whether it's a thing prior, I don't know, but like barn weddings and rustic weddings, thought, right, I'm missing out here. Maybe it's just because I've not got a rustic DJ booth. So he's built me a rustic DJ booth. And then I thought, right, okay, so I've got a standard setup. I've got a rustic setup. Is there something or a USP which I think is going to set me apart? Because you put a mobile or a wedding DJ or a mobile DJ side by side, there is only so many things that's going to separate them, whether that be an Instagram video or whether that be some part of their setup that some person likes specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've done, and it could be a massive flop. It might not work, and it might push me back towards delivering fuel again. I don't know. But we have purchased a LED DJ booth, so like a wraparound one.
Ooh.
So that's got the ability to have like custom visuals and your bride and groom's name on the front, and things like that, where you may have purchased a neon for your wedding day, or you don't want to do that. You can just have it on the front of a DJ booth, and it's just going to maybe set us apart from other wedding DJs. Because as I said, it's quite crowded in my local area with amazing wedding vendors, not just DJs, but you need to stand out.
Yep.
And in a world of social media, you're literally 1 second away from getting clicked off your page. You need to stand out.
100%.
And I think that's going to be our sort of adaptability that's going to set us apart and hopefully take me to that next level with my company.
Brilliant. Well, we wish you all the very best of luck with that one. Like you said, I mean, you with the Groove Junction, myself and Matty F, we've always, I always say it, sharing is caring.
Mm-hmm.
You're happy, like you just said yourself, you're happy to share anything. And I think anyone that's listening to the podcast that are, thinking of coming into our industry, like when Harry started, there was nothing on YouTube. YouTube didn't even exist when I started. Do you know what I mean? We didn't even have internet back then. We was lucky if we had a dial-up connection. And even then, when you had dial-up, you had to make sure no one was using the phone to be able to do it. You know what I mean? Things like that. But for the people coming into the industry now, is there one piece of advice, Harry, that you through your experience, is there one piece of advice that you could give to someone coming into the industry? Is there anything that like stands out?
Yeah. It's a very opinionated industry. What works for someone might not work for someone else. So I'd always take everything with a pinch of salt and just give something a go. Whether that'd be a new bit of kit, whether it's a new method of mixing, you'll find out what works for you, and just take the best bits of what you think is the best bits. And you've got so much material available to you now, whether it be through a magazine like Pro Mobile or through YouTube. I think, even in the last 5 years, there's so many creators out there and so many people that are making themselves visible where once there wasn't. So just take the bits where you think you can see value is probably my best bit of advice.
I think the biggest piece of advice you get is get these people to listen to the Groove Junction. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, that goes on saying that. Yeah.
Listen, Harry, before we close out the show, what you got coming up this week, my friend?
So we've got our last corporate Christmas party of the year, which is on Saturday. And then that's me done for the year. I've made a conscious decision because last December was absolutely manic. I've blocked out the calendar, not taking a New Year's booking this year. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be a bit sort of itchy when it gets to sort of 3 o'clock on New Year's Eve, thinking I'm sure I've got a booking tonight, but I 100% haven't. I've got something planned with friends and family. So that's us, and then wedding fair in January is our next thing that we've got coming up. So we'll be showcasing the new LED DJ booth at that wedding fair, and then let's see where it takes us.
Make sure you video that and post that for us. We'd love to see
I'll have
it.
the Groove Junction logo on the front of it. How's about that?
Mate, that is, you know what? I'll tell you what, if you put the Groove Junction logo on the front, right, you can tell your new wife I'm not going to be able to make the wedding, so you can save yourself a few quid on a meal. All right, how about that?
Deal.
Brilliant. For me this week's Friday, I've got 2 Christmas school dues back to back at the same venue, which is nice. I do it every year. I've been doing it for about 5 years. Today, I am going down to Portsmouth with Matty F for our last silent disco of the year. Portsmouth
I need to get down to one. They look mega. I love seeing the footage on.
Have you not been to one yet?
I've never been to one.
Right,
No.
next time we're up your way, you're on the guest list. All right.
Thank you very much.
100%. As soon as I'll talk to Matty later. We'll get you down there, my friend. And then
Perfect.
Sunday, I'll come back from Portsmouth late Saturday night, and then Sunday I've got a dance school annual Christmas party, which again I do for every year for them. And then Monday I'll be recording the Groove Junction. I haven't got as far as Monday yet, but yeah. So that's it.
Nice.
Now listen, Harry. I think we could talk all night, mate, to be perfectly honest with you. I really do. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the Groove Junction tonight. And I am going to get you back. We're going to get you back in the new year. I'll tell you what we might do is if we leave it till April, you get married in March, remember? Right? We'll leave it till April, Harry. Right? We're going to get you back. And then you and I can reminisce over your wedding, how good a time we both had.
Deal. Love it.
Listen, guys, you can listen to the podcast, the Groove Junction podcast, on all your major podcast providers. And if you want to watch myself and Harry, then please just jump onto Spotify or YouTube. Please leave any comments or any messages there as well. And in the comments as well, you'll see all of Harry's details where you can watch him on TikTok and Instagram, and his email address and anything if you want to get in touch with him. Or you just want to ask him a question about anything that we've spoken about tonight, reach out and let us know. Harry, once again, from all of us here at the Groove Junction, thank you ever so much for joining us this evening. We're going to get you back after Christmas, my friend. All right, you've been an absolute
Cheers,
star.
Jon. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls across the globe, as I always say, I wish you safe and I wish you well. Look after yourselves and look after each other. Until next time, be lucky.